Zoop here with a review of the M60 E4 LMG, fondly known as the Pig, in 3 minutes or less, followed by a look at DuClaws' dirty little freak. With the release of the fall patch, most weapons, for better or worse, behave differently now. This gives a good opportunity to take a look at them to see how they're holding up and if they're worth using. I'm not big on the support class, however I use it exclusively on Metro and Locker. Outside of those two maps, I don't mess with LMGs. My preferred LMG though is the Pecheneg, and that's the gold standard I rate all other LMGs against. Now about that Pig. The M60 is a slow-firing, heavy-hitting, suppressing machine. That hasn't changed at all. The iron sights still suck, and the front sight post is a chunky metallic cross. Really, the iron sights are pretty useless. Fortunately, the first unlock is a hollow sight, which is what I prefer to keep on the Pig when I use it. The M60 is supposed to be a suppression beast. I'd characterize it as a defensive weapon best for locking down hallways. In my opinion, it's a team player weapon. Expect to get your points with it through suppression kills and assists. It packs a punch and its damage is higher than the other LMGs, equaling the damage model of the Pecheneg. Up close and personal, the M60 can decimate multiple enemies, tearing them to shreds, most of the time. I find the aim and firing mechanics on the M60 to be wonky at times. Sometimes you can mow through a group of enemies. Other times, you can fire a drum into a group of 5 enemies and not kill a one. I think this has to do with firing on the move. This weapon was made to be fired standing still and prone. Firing while moving gives a fairly hefty accuracy penalty. Of course, LMGs aren't designed to be fired on the move, so it makes sense. Before firing, try to come to a complete stop and this should help. I've also determined that tap firing gives no benefit to the M60. When I use the Pecheneg, I almost always tap fire and it decimates enemies across the map with pinpoint accuracy. Despite boasting above average accuracy, tap firing offers the M60 no marked benefit and you're just as well off opening up full auto. Sadly, I think the M60 loses some of its benefits post-patch, with even less of a suppression effect. That's what the LMGs are for, and should be their strength. I can recommend the M60 to individuals who are true team support players, those who are happy to just lay back and provide cover for their team or objectives, and are content in a defensive role. For more aggressive support players, the M60 won't provide you with the same offensive capabilities of the AWS, Pecheneg, or other LMGs. Overall, the M60 is still fun to use, especially for that Vietnam era nostalgia. The pick makes you feel like a man carrying it and can be used to damaging effect in the right hands. Now onto the beer. Today I've got DuClaws Fall Seasonal Dirty Little Freak. I stumbled upon this American brown ale while looking for a beer for my wife to try, as she's not a big fan of most beers. Dirty Little Freak is made in the same style of Sweet Baby Jesus, which tasted like a peanut butter chocolate milkshake. This beer is heavy on coconut and caramel. The coconut really comes out strong, but sadly the chocolate is a little more absent than it is in Sweet Baby Jesus. It's there, but just not enough. It's thick and the flavor is enough to make it worth a try. It's not particularly my style though. I didn't have much luck getting my wife to like it. I wound up finishing hers as well. Score for me, I guess. Just the same though, it's a unique and interesting beer. That wraps up another episode of Battlefield and Brewskis in 3 minutes or less. Now do something that'll only take you 3 seconds. Like and share, subscribe, blah blah blah. Thanks guys, see you next time.